Introducing the new DAZN Boxing Show podcast. No matter the time or the place, getting your boxing content has become easier than ever. Tune in as we give you exclusive insights, predictions, fight night recaps, and more alongside the biggest names in the game. All for free. Available globally every Thursday across all audio streaming platforms and with new episodes dropping weekly to give you the latest news. Just type in the DAZN Boxing Show podcast, listen in, and enjoy.
All right, fight fans, friend to the room joining us now. He has a big fight ahead of him, Jake Paul.
What's up,
What's
James?
up? What's up? What's up?
Listen, Jake, what's your level of nerves going into this fight compared to your last 5 fights? Because obviously the opposition is getting better and better, but this guy is a real threat. How are your nerves?
I'm good, man. I feel like with each fight, I just get more and more experience and more comfortable with going into the ring, and I'm more capable to contend with these guys. And I've just trained so hard for this moment, and my confidence is in my preparation. So a little bit of nerves is always good, but I try to use it as excitement and as fuel.
Yeah, I know a lot of people hate on you for various reasons, but you can't hate on hard work. You know what I mean? So something I've been wanting to ask you since last year. Right before you had a media day workout on Showtime last year for the first Tyrone Woodley fight, and you went in there in the ring to shadow box, but you shadow boxed left-handed the whole time. Nobody picked up on it. Nobody said anything. I noticed it. And I'm like, why is he doing that? Did you do that so that you didn't look really good as opposed to what you can do right-handed, or were you trying to show, damn, you that good, you could do it left-handed?
No, I was just doing it because I don't really like open workouts.
Yes.
I've been training for 3 months. I don't want to show my opponent
Exactly.
And so I went out there just to not show them anything and to confuse. No one knows at that point in time. No one knew whether or not I had been training southpaw the whole entire time. And I think it did confuse them, because even I looked over and the coach was just like looking at me weird the whole entire time, and they weren't able to get anything out of it. So yeah, I did it to confuse them. And you're right, like no one really noticed it besides
No one noticed it, right.
the hardcore boxing people.
No, Jake, do you feel like most fighters don't have to, I guess, promote, right? Be a promoter. They go into the training camp and they focus on fights. You have to focus on still being the promoter. How much does that take out of you? Or is it just fun for you and easy? Do people need to take notice of that?
Yeah, it's a little bit of both. It's definitely like a job, and I go super hard, and I pride myself on, trying to be the best promoter of this generation and to make content and to just do every single interview possible to get myself out there, to get the fight out there, to constantly remind people to jam the date into people's heads so that they never forget when the fight is. And it's a skill, but I have a really good team, a really good content team. But I definitely do spend a lot of my day, every single day, doing all the things I possibly can to make the fight as big as possible.
Right. So meaning you're hands-on, like you have a team, a big team, but do you ever go like, no, I don't like that. Don't post that. Let's do this. Are you that hands-on?
All the time. We're editing every second of every video, changing, individual shots. I'm the one, coming up with the captions, every single day. I'm coming up with the rollout plan. We have a whole, shared note with the whole team, for what all the content that we have to post for the 2 weeks leading up to the fight. Obviously, I have my weekly show, BS with Jake Paul.
That's a lot of work, man, and you have to focus on a fight.
Yeah, yeah, man. But that's what it takes nowadays. You have to work like this, and you have to be your biggest promoter. And I hope to be setting a standard here for the next generation of young boxing people who want to have big fights and do all of these things. So yeah, I mean, it's a lot of work, but it all pays off in the end.
Well, do you have time to get in shape? Because I saw you looking real fat with a big old belly and some man boobs the other day. I hope you lost that. Are you training or what? What you doing? You look like you slacking.
Nah, man. I'm coming to the ring. I'm moving up to the heavyweight division.
All right.
Nah, yeah, it was a fat suit. I was doing a commercial. So my company is actually sponsoring the fight. They're like the official sponsor of the fight. It's better. And so the commercial, the concept of it's called Point of View. Jake loses to Anderson Silva. And it's like, what would happen if Jake were to lose to Anderson Silva? And it's like, I get fat, but you'll see the commercial.
All right, cool.
But I had to do extra content with the fat suit on because it was hilarious.
Yeah.
You know, All Access. I love the All Access. I want you to compare your All Access to when Floyd used to do it when he was on Showtime, because your energy level is great. Can you compare your All Access to Floyd's?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I feel like they're different. I think they're both great, man. Showtime does such a good job. And Floyd, you know, I think his is a lot that has to do with money and like flashiness. Mm-hmm. Whereas mine is more about the story of what's going on here, and you know where I came from and why I'm doing this, and how boxing saved my life, really. And I think that's the difference. But I definitely do have some of that same like loudmouth bravado as Floyd for sure.
Right. All right. Listen, out of all the places that you could fight in the world, where do you think you would get the most support and the most love as far as people coming to attend your fight?
Man, that's a good question. It really is. I think probably somewhere in Texas.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, but my demographic is so interesting. It's like it's all over. I don't even know if I could actually answer that question accurately.
Yeah, because at first I would say LA, but then I would say, wait, maybe Texas, actually. You know, I know he can pull up.
LA people are jaded towards like celebrities. They don't care. There's rap shows and concerts and games and the Lakers and the Rams, and there's something different every weekend. I think it's the places in the middle of nowhere that have the most hardcore loyal fans that will show out for you.
Got you.
Hey Jay, can you put your promoter hat real quick on for a second and tell me why do you think and what would you do differently in this Gervonta Davis Ryan Garcia fight? Obviously, we mentioned Floyd as his promoter. Why is it so hard, and what would you do to make that fight big and happen? Actually,
I mean, first of all, yeah, it's about making it happen. I don't get why these guys, and same thing with Errol Spence and Crawford. It's like, why can't these deals get done? And it's bigger than just them. Like, this is hurting the sport of boxing. Make it 50-50 splits. Honestly, Gervonta sells more than Ryan. So 60-40 and move the on. Like, let's go. Get the fight done. And Ryan Garcia, if you really think you're going to win, then you can get the 70-30 in the rematch. You know, and just make the fight happen. You know, quit it with all these little things and all the stipulations, but it is hard. It is hard. I just think people have to be more willing to sacrifice certain points. You know, even with Anderson Silva, there was like 5 different points to make the fight happen. I just agreed to all of them because I'm confident in my ability. We gave him exactly what he wanted to get paid. We gave him the bigger ring. You know, the list goes on. So we gave him the exact amount of time that he needed to train. He said he needed this many months. Okay, cool. We'll give you this many months. Like, I don't care. Like, let's just fight.
That's beautiful. That's the essence of boxing. Has your promotional company MVP, have they approached any known professional fighters that we would know?
Yeah, I mean, we've been talking to a lot of different people here and there. We're just looking for the right fit, and we want to grow slowly. You know, we don't want to be one of those promotional companies that have a bunch of people signed, but only like a couple of them get shine. We want to have, you know, full all-star roster. And that's why I'm excited for Ashton Silva to finally, you know, go up on a big stage here and get a big fight against a formidable opponent that a lot of boxing fans know. And so after this fight, you know, once Ashton gets a bunch of shine, you know, maybe we'll look back at the drawing board and sign some new people.
Is there one name that sticks out that you like, that you would like to have on your squad?
David Benavidez.
Nice.
I think he's big in the boxing world, and he's a superstar. He's my favorite boxer, but he needs that push, just like Amanda Serrano did, into the mainstream. Like, the kid needs to be on billboards. He needs to be on podcasts. He needs to, be collaborating with influencers, and he needs help, making some content and getting some big sponsorships to get his name out there even more. So, yeah.
Speaking of Serrano, we spoke to Eddie a couple of days ago, and we asked him about the possible rematch with Taylor against Serrano. He said it looks like we're getting better feedback from that squad. Is there any truth to that? Is that down the line in 2023?
Yeah, it's always been there. It's always been there. Amanda just had to retain her belts at the 126-pound division, and she did that. And now, she still wants to go get the last belt, I think, to become undisputed. But the rematch is there, and the money just needs to be right. And Eddie knows that. That was the biggest women's fight of all time. Not even close. Made DAZN and everybody so much money. Matchroom Boxing so much money, and so if the deal is right, we'll go for it. And I watched the fight back, man, and again, like, Amanda Serrano won the fight, so it's like, why not go and get that one back?
And not to mention, out of all the boxing fights I've ever been to, it is the best event I've ever experienced. Taylor Serrano won. It's amazing.
100%.
Eddie, and by the way, Eddie is picking you to beat Anderson Silva. I believe I asked him that, and he said Jake would win. Are you worried about the fact that Anderson Silva, as skilled as he is, that if you beat him convincingly, then people will start saying it's because of his age, and you won't get the credit, or you're not worried about it?
No, for sure they are. They're gonna write me off after, and they're gonna write Anderson off and start to make all these excuses, and then come up with a list of 5 more opponents that they want to see me fight, and then that's gonna be the next 5 opponents that I go and fight. So it's no worries. It's part of the game. But again, that's why I said it earlier in the interview, is don't forget now that Anderson Silva is the betting thing. Like, yeah. I'm the underdog. Dana said I would never beat him. So every single MMA fighter in the world right now is saying that Anderson's going to win. So yeah, I mean, they're going to make up excuses afterwards.
All right, last question. We spoke to Claressa Shields, and she knows that you guys had a little beef back in the day, but she also knows that, you've been celebrating women's boxing. She's wondering why, after her conquering Savannah Marshall, because you said that Savannah Marshall would probably win split decision, she's wondering why you didn't publicly come and say, hey, congratulations, champ, and give her a personal shout out.
I mean, bro, there was 5 other people that I tweeted about saying who was gonna win. It wasn't anything to, like, I'm not here to give people personal shout outs. And I didn't think that she would want that or need that from me. She did her thing. She won. It was great. She proved me wrong because I wanted Savannah Marshall to win. And I didn't think she needed me to sing her happy birthday.
Well, she did. Obviously, it would have meant something to her. Can we squash the beef between you and Claressa right now? She was receptive when we talked to her about you.
Yeah, no, I'm cool with that. And I thought that event again just showed how big women's boxing is, and I think Claressa has done a great job of expanding the sport. And I've always said that. I don't even bro, I have so many random beefs with people, like I don't even know where these started. I forget what we even were arguing about in the first place. So to me,
I think if you
it
guys
doesn't matter.
I think if you guys work together, then women's boxing can grow even that much more. You know what I mean? But thank you, man. I appreciate that.
Yeah. Good luck on Saturday. We'll be tuned in, Jake. Thanks for the time, Jake.
Awesome. Thank you, guys. Peace out.